Hey, so it is time to start a new hardcover book. I just realized the angle of this is terrible, but I'm not about to get up and go fix the camera, so bear with me. Anyway, it's time to start a new hardcover book, and we are going to read the names for book club. This is for my personal book club that I'm like in charge of, I guess you could say, and I am so excited to finally start this. I will tell you that every single member of book club has texted me and been like, have you read the book yet? And the answer, besties, is no, not yet. And you want to know why? It's because I want to be able to remember this when we talk about it in book club. And since it's a quarterly book club, there's no chance that I was going to be able to read this like when we picked the book and remember it when it was time for book club itself. So now we're just a couple of weeks away from the in-person book club meeting, and I am ready to read it. I've got my annotation notes here. I got my pens and markers and highlighters, and I am ready to get into this. It's a pretty short read. It's only 315 pages. Take off this dust jacket. You know how it goes with the hardcovers. I am hoping that by the end of this particular video, I am more amenable to reading hardcover books. I don't know if it's gonna happen, friends. This is a journey for me. But I'm trying. I am trying. So we're gonna try the names. This is about as plain Jane as it comes. I'm already being stabbed in the hand by the corners of the hardcover book, which is just lovely. And we're just gonna hope for the best, and we're gonna see what becomes of it. Oh, the words are actually not that small, so who am I? So we're just gonna see how this goes. All right. Somehow I lost the intro footage to this video. I'm such a pro. Anyway, just want to say hi, I'm Sabrina, and in this video, I'm going to attempt to convert from a paperback paramour to a hardcover lover. Emphasis on attempt. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy watching me struggle through it. I am mad as hell. I am gonna beat the hell out of Gordon. Where does this man get his audacity from? I would like to know. I'm infuriated. You've seen how far I've gotten in the book, and I would like to scream. I'd like to throw this book and I'd like to scream. This isn't really meant to be about the book itself. It's meant to be about a hardcover. And I'm just telling you right now, these little angles, these things, no good. They're no good for my hand. My hands are falling apart. I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold this. And the fact that I'm infuriated by the book, by the man in this book, it's not helping things. Okay. I am trying to get about halfway through the book today. I'm not even anywhere near there. I don't know if we're going to make it, friends. I don't know if we're going to make it with this book and its awful corners. And I'm going to see what I can do. I've been trying to prop it up on my pillow that's been in my lap. And it's still, I'm a fidgety reader, so I'm still just like having to rearrange every couple of minutes, and it's interesting. I'm trying to make it through a hardcover book. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to be fine. But I know I'm being dramatic. I am dramatic. What can I say? But I am determined to love a hardcover. I really am. I really am. Okay. So this is going to be a journey. Welcome to it. But anyway, Florence Knapp, ma'am, Gordon is a piece of work. He's about to catch these hands that are rated E for everybody, because I have had it, okay? Absolutely. I cannot wait to talk about this at book club. Now I see why everybody from book club has been texting me about this book. I even have people who are not in book club, who are related to people who are in book club, who are trying to holler at me about this book. What the everlasting... Okay, it's the next day. I am in a new location. I don't know if I think at the very beginning of my channel, I filmed downstairs. I don't know if I ever really filmed downstairs anymore. I got about like 45% of the way through the book yesterday. I'm gonna knock this out today because it's a short book. And I have so much on my reading list this month. So I just want to get it through, and I'm tired of holding this in my hand. I'm determined to become a hardcover lover. This book is not getting me there. I think I have to like super enjoy the book. Like, this is not pretty. And this is not a knock on the book. I mean, it's a book. If you are just in it for reading a book, that's it. You're not persnickety about your hands. Like, this will be fine. But I am special. There's no other way to put it. I'm special, okay? And this ain't doing it for me. So I'm going to get through it so that I can put it down. On page 152, that's where I'm starting. And yeah, let's see how long it'll take me to finish this. I'm going to put on my reading sprint on my phone. I have just one of my alarms, or one of my things is just set as a 1 hour reading sprint. So I think I'm going to put that on. I'm going to do like a 1 hour sprint and then break it up into like a 10-minute break so my eyeballs can reset, and then just see how many. I'm thinking it'll probably take me about 3 hours to finish. That's my estimation. I don't really know, but here we go. Okay, I found a semi-solution to this. I'm laying down on my stomach on the couch with the head hanging over. The book is propped up on some box that was shipped to my house that is now empty. I don't have to hold it in my hands, so that's nice. It's a little bit ridiculous, but my hands were hurting and I'm determined to finish this book today. So it's the best that I've got for now. We're working with it. Just under 100 pages to go. Guessing that'll probably be another like hour and a half maybe. I always just skim through the acknowledgments. I don't have the wherewithal to read them at the moment, but that was a read. I mean, I was pretty engrossed in this. Like, I didn't do a ton of tabbing on it because I was so into it. I was not prepared for where this story took me. And I feel like I say that about a lot of books. Like I'm always like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this. I do like to go into stories semi-blind, so that's where a lot of that comes from, where I'm like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this. But I don't know. This was a lot. This was a lot for a first book club picking. I'll say that much. I'll say if you want to read this book, you absolutely should, but you should check your trigger warnings first. There is domestic violence. There is assault. There's a lot of death in this book, and I have a lot of emotions. This is kind of like the raw, like it's the moment that I finished the book. That's what you're literally getting. Like I intentionally turned on the camera because I wanted to get me flipping the last couple of pages, not knowing that the last couple of pages I was going to be like emotionally distraught. So that's what you're really getting right now on the camera is just like, okay, I'm not even really, this is not the point of this video that I'm filming for right now. The point of the video is I don't like hardcovers. This book did not change my mind. This book has me spinning. But in terms of the hardcover itself, no, like here's the other thing. I put on lots of lotion on my hands. I can't stand for a dry hand. And because I had to take the dust jacket off in order to like read this without it slip sliding everywhere. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the book cover itself. It's full of like my greasy handprints. So that's a huge drawback for the hardcover book, okay? It's not going well for the hardcover. So I'm just gonna be honest. And with this particular type where it's just kind of like the cheapy, plain, basic paper hardcover, like there's no way to get that off of there. Some of the like fancier ones with like the sprayed edges and all that stuff, they have like a slicker coating on here where you could ostensibly just kind of like wipe that off with like a damp cloth and it wouldn't have the oily fingerprints on it anymore. This one's wrecked. This is ruined. This is what it's gonna look like forever and ever, amen. So if you're one of those people that likes to have like these generic looking covers out for aesthetic, don't be a lotion wearer. It's not gonna work for you, honey. Anyway, well, The Names was a really good book. It was a really good book club pick. I can't wait to discuss it with the ladies for tacos and tequila, but it did not convert me into a hardcover lover. Nope. So we're gonna have to try again for that one. So let's just see what the next book brings us. How about that? We need to pick something cute, something with like good, like sprayed edge, life-giving properties. You know what I mean? What could that be? Let's go find out. Actually, we're not gonna find out today because it's late. It's like almost 8 o'clock. We're gonna find out probably like tomorrow. But book one down, not a hardcover lover yet. Can we get something with like not such harsh edges, maybe? And then I could like properly hold it in my hand. Is that asking too much? All right. Cheers. 어젯밤에 어디 있어서 내 생각하곤 있어 너 어린 나이. I'm a mess. First of all, have on my bonnet because I have on my bonnet because I do, because I have on rollers. I don't know why I have on rollers. I just do. Second of all, my camera is like on the tripod and it was too low and I was too lazy to adjust it. So I put the tripod on top of the island and now it's like insanely, like it's on the ceiling. So I'm staring up into the abyss to look into the camera. Anyway, it's a new day. We're gonna do another hardcover book. I got an iced coffee. Well, listen, it's September and I feel like it's fall. Not the air conditioner. Why would you? The camera is literally like right below the air vent and the air conditioner decided to come on and okay. It's September. I have decided that it is fall, but I would like to get in one last summer book. So I thought, why not summer in the city? Because I mean, what could be more summer than summer in the city, right? I mean, she's kind of short. The words are pretty big, just under 300 pages. I feel like we could do this maybe in like one day even. So I'm gonna do this. I have made a coconut over ice latte with my Nespresso. And that is one of my all-time favorite Nespresso flavors. It is coveted. Anyway, I'm gonna take my rollers and my iced coffee and I'm going to take my summer book and I'm gonna go to the couch and we're gonna read The Day Away. And we're gonna hope that, see, my thing is I read and if my head starts hurting more, I stop reading. So my hope is that I can finish this book today because I don't have anything else to do. If my head starts hurting more, then I have to stop. And it's my one day a week to have coffee because I'm trying to limit my caffeine, but like I want coffee. So it's my one day a week to have caffeine. So I'm having my coffee today and I would just like to have a coffee and a book. And that's what I would like to do with my day today. So we're doing that. Hopefully having this lovely, beautiful sprayed edge book, the spreads, will make me enjoy the hardcover life a little bit better. And we'll see. We got a snack. These are the best. If you haven't gotten these from Costco, which organic potato sticks, sweet potato sticks, if you have not picked these up from Costco, do yourself a favor and get them. They're so delicious. I want iced coffee. I've got Alex Astor. This is my first book by Alex Astor. Straight off the bat, the cover, it feels a lot better than The Names did. We still have the pointy edges, but at least the cover is like not giving that like hard whatever. And if I wanted to, I could get the like lotion, like oily stuff off of it. I don't really care that much, but if I wanted to, I could. If he wanted to, he would. It does have these cute end papers. Oh, this is terribly bound. This is cute end papers, and then it's like terribly bound. Whatever. Anyway, let's go to the city. I don't even know what this is about. I don't care. I'm just going in blind. For my love, you make every day feel like summer. That's cute. Okay, I'm like 60 pages in, and we're like, we've established everything. So we got fake dating, we have billionaire romance, we have like the setup is that she met this billionaire guy a couple years ago at a nightclub in New York City. They like very briefly made out in the stairwell, and then like she ran off and moved to California. Now she's back in New York for the summer, and they're randomly like hallmates in this high-rise building, whatever. And now they're gonna fake date. Okay, cool, that's the setup. And now they're gonna go all around the city all summer long, and of course they're gonna fall in love, and it's gonna be so super cute. Okay, so first impressions, it's one of those like cheesy romances. We knew that, right? We knew that going in. We knew that's what it was gonna be, so no surprises there. I don't know that I particularly love the writing style of this. That's fine, it's a cheesy romance. I don't have to like be so like, oh my God, the writing is so amazing. It's just meant to be cutesy. I will say that it is kind of a quick read. I've been so distracted while reading this. I'm like ordering DoorDash, I'm taking a nap, I'm texting my friends. So, and I still managed to make it 60 pages in 90 minutes. In terms of holding the book, ooh, I'm not having a good time with that. Part of the distraction has been that like I just don't want to hold this book. I don't want to hold it in my hand. I've been trying to find ways to like prop it up on like a pillow or whatever. The sprayed edges are not really making me want to hold it more. I was hopeful that that would be the case. We're only 60 pages in, well, 62 pages in, so maybe that will change by the time we get to the end. It's actually making it a little bit harder to turn the pages than I think it normally would be. I don't know. Maybe that's just this book in particular. Maybe it has nothing to do with the sprayed edges, but I don't know. It's gonna be fine, you guys. It's gonna be fine. I don't know what to say about it. I haven't made it too far. So now we're gonna see how their love story develops. And hopefully it's a cute one. I'm gonna reserve full judgment until I've actually gotten into it. I don't know, we're going with it. We're going with it, it's gonna be fine. Feel like I am falling deeper. 여기서 alone. I feel like falling deeper, deeper. Cause I love it rewind. Okay, I'm like at the 50% mark. Things are starting to heat up. First of all, that's first of all. Second of all, I love a billionaire romance, but I sometimes don't, because sometimes things just go too far, okay? So I don't feel like it's too much of a spoiler to just be like, he just bought a chain of coffee shops because she likes to sit at a coffee shop and do her work. My guy. Listen, I'm one of those where like, if you want to do the creepy thing of like finding out where I live and leaving a note in my mailbox, like I'm like, oh my God, cute. Most girlies are like murder, and I'm like, that's so cute that you took the effort. Okay, I'm one of those. Okay, I'm surprised that I didn't get murdered, but like, you bought a chain of coffee shops? What? I don't know, that just felt like a reach for me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, 50% of the way through, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I guess the over exposition, whatever, is starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like it. I'm into it. Like I said, this is my first Alex Astor book. I haven't read, I own other Alex Astor books. I have not read any of them. This is my first one. So, yeah, I'm liking it. And I am gonna refill my water, and then I'm gonna keep plugging through this book. Headache hasn't gotten any worse. It hasn't gotten any better yet. If only reading books could make my headache better, I would make reading books my one and only activity for every single day. I would do nothing else besides read books if that would make my headache better. It's currently digging into the bottom of my hand, so I should probably put it down. I have found various ways to prop the book up. It's not getting any better to hold. I'll leave it at that. This experiment is failing. I'll tell you that. We got one more. I'm giving it one more book. I'm going to give it one more book to make myself a hardcover lover. And then I'm going to be shit out of luck because I bought a bunch of hardcovers thinking I was going to be able to make myself a hardcover lover. And now I don't even know what I'm going to do with all those hardcover books that I own, thinking I was going to be able to talk myself into this. So what I do know is that I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to buy Deckle Edge books because I'm never going to be able to talk myself into that. Back to the book.
Baby, love everyone. Oh, come on and tell me now. Love everyone, but loving you right.
I'm finished. This was cute. I mean, okay. So, I finished. All in all, it looks like it took me a total of like 6-ish hours to finish the book. It was cute. I liked it. There was a lot of drama that happened. Like some of it was unnecessary, I personally felt. But overall, I liked it. Knowing that I'm not like a big romance girly, so if you're a romance girly, you probably absolutely freaking love this, right? This is probably a better representation of the book. I mean, it's a solid romance book. It was a lovely goodbye to summer, I would say. I am now officially in fall mode. Now, the point of this was to get me to be a hardcover lover. We didn't get there. My hand is dying, and I don't want to hold the hardcover anymore. Like I said, I'm going to give it one last try. I'm going to give it one last shot to be a hardcover lover. I thought the addition of a spread in a really pretty color and pattern would just stay there. Just stay. Would incentivize me to enjoy holding the book. It did not. That did not work. That was not a good plan. I'm going to try one more thing. So hold steady. And we'll see if this last trick does the job or if this is just a complete failure. Okay, guys, we're gonna give it one more shot at becoming a hardcover lover. This is stupid, right? Like this is just a futile. This is just a futile effort, I think. It was just an idea that I had, like, girl, you're gonna love this. Because the thing is I get FOMO, like, I really want to go out on like release day and buy a new release book. And then I'm like looking at Australia and I'm like, why do they get the new releases in paperback? And I'm like, I'm importing books because they're coming out in paperback, and it's a whole thing. So I'm just trying to love hardcover books, and I don't think that I do. But we're gonna try one more time to make my precious little princess in the pea hands love it. And if it doesn't work, I give up. I surrender. It's gonna be a problem because I do have a number of hardback books that I have purchased, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that, but I think that I'll just stop. I don't know. What am I saying? I am the queen of I do what I want, not what makes sense. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore. And at this point, I think I'm just rambling. But here's my idea. I read just whatever as a hardcover. And then I tried to read a pretty sprayed edge book as a hardcover. We're gonna take it one step further. We got pretty sprayed edges, but we're also gonna read a book that everyone basically told me that I was gonna love, and that is Our Infinite Fates. So we do have the sprayed edges, okay? She is absolutely gorgeous, but I mean, V.E. Schwab said that this is impossible to put down. People have said over and over and over again that if you loved Addie LaRue, that you would love this book. Me and Addie LaRue are so thick together that like I'm getting a tattoo for her, okay? So how could I not absolutely love this book, right? That's how I feel about it. With every kiss and every kill, Evelyn and Arden's fate is eternally sealed. So, you know, I I feel like the book's gonna be so good, it's gonna make me forget that I'm holding a hardcover book in my hand. And she's not too thick either. So like, I feel like these things together will make it feel like a good time. Laura Steven, the fate of hardcovers is in your hands. That's the most dramatic thing that's ever been said on this channel, and I am very dramatic, so that's a lot. But anyway, we're gonna give this a shot, and we're gonna see if we can ever pick up a hardcover book again. And I mean, what are we gonna do if we can't? Because there's so many hardcovers left on my shelf that need to be read. Someone's gonna have to hold them in front of me and read them and let me read the words. Maybe my husband's new job, to just hold a hardcover book in front of me so I can read it. I need to stop. Cute. Now it does have one of those covers that's gonna get stainy because it's just like a cheap paper, whatever. All right, let's do it. I just hit my knuckle with the corner of the book. We're already off to a terrible start. It just, like, it doesn't flop. Hardcovers don't flop. You know what I mean? Like, why do they do this? It would be, if we could just, in the United States, if we could just get a paperback on new release day, just wouldn't be necessary. I know you guys can do it. You do it in other countries. I know you want the money for the hardcover, but listen, there are people who are staunch hardcover lovers and they're gonna buy the hardcovers. And then there are people like me who just would really love to have a paperback. And could you please? And it's not even like I can go to the library and get the paperback because the library has the hardcover as well. Please help me. I'm talking to you, publishers. Who published this? Because it's their fault. I wanna know who published this one. Let's see, where is the publishing page? Macmillan. Does anyone have curly hair problems? Like, some days the curls be popping and some days the curls are like, I am the master of your domain and I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless of what your desires are. Today's one of those days. I don't even know what's happening. Anyway, let's get into this book. Ooh. I just want to tell you guys, like, look, the font in here is massive. I'm here for that. I am so here for that. All right, let's do it. Okay, friends, so I am just over 100 pages. I'm 102 pages in. First of all, this is a quick read, and I am sad for this book. Like, the story immediately hooked me in. Now, I was afraid that it was going to be, like, too similar to Addie LaRue. Like, oh, there was going to be, like, a Faustian bargain made with the devil somewhere, and we're going to be off to the races. We still have no idea what's going on after 100 pages. I mean, we kind of have an idea. Like, the characters keep hinting at it, but like they won't tell us. And so I am like rapidly turning pages. Like, let's go. Like, I want to know what happened. So I am like so hooked in this. And then like in each like iteration of their lives, the characters' lives, they're like meeting each other and then killing each other. And you're always like, okay, who's it going to be? Like, who's it going to be in this iteration of life? And in this, like, the kind of like the central story, basically, as our main character is looking for the person who is going to be her, you know, soulmate or whatever, I'm like, each character that she comes across, I'm like, is it that person? Is it that person? And there's this one person who I thought that it would be. And like, we're really super, like, not really paying attention to that person, but they're in the story. And I'm like, y'all. Anyway, my hand hurts. I want to keep reading this, but my hand hurts. And so now I need to go find a pillow so I can like prop the book up on and like keep reading this because it's hurting my hand. And like, I'm so serious. My wrist hurts. I know. But you know, this is a good book. I'm into it. And I think this is YA, right? Like I often am just kind of like, oh, I don't like YA. That's not true. I think there's a lot of YA that I really do like. And I think there's a lot of YA that is not written well. It's not written for me. This is good. I like it so far. Again, I'm 100 pages in, so my thoughts on that could change by the time I get to the end of the book. But so far, so good. I'm sat for it. I cannot wait to see how this book ends. So I'm going to try to get to like the halfway point today, and then maybe I can like finish it tomorrow. But I want to finish this book like right now. I just don't have that much time left in the day. It's already like 4:30 p.m. So, okay, good morning. It's the next day. It's very early. I have my coffee. Things are going on in the background. They're mowing the lawn. The ice maker's working. My husband's having a meeting. It's a lot going on. Anyway, I made it to basically the halfway mark in this book yesterday. And I love this. I am so into this. I'm so into this book. I just really quickly wanted to say, since we're talking about hardcovers, this particular book has a very specific kind of like gravity weight to it that kind of makes it perfect for holding in one's hand. That has not been the case with most hardcover books. I will say that the majority of hardcover books do not fit this mold. But when I'm in the center of the book, holding it in my hand, holding it upright like this, perfect weight for my hand at least. So I will give this book that. Really, really good vibes, okay? In addition to the story being good and the pages being beautiful. So I am having a good time with this particular hardcover, even though my wrist started hurting yesterday when I was like in the middle of holding it, but that was when I was at the beginning of the book. So I don't know how long this beautiful symmetry of holding it is going to last, because like I said, this is in the center of the book. Once I start getting towards the end of the book, I don't know, but I do want to just give it its flowers for being great in the middle. Anyway, back to reading. Okay, I'm like 75 pages from the end. We just had like a huge reveal. And I'm not going to huge reveal you because I don't want to spoil this book, because I'm like about to like hugely recommend this book to everybody. But like, I have so many questions now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, if she, then who? But what? Okay, I've got to finish. I need to get these last 75 pages read because I need to know. I need answers to my questions. Like, what? What? And like, by the way, I was like looking, because I was looking at like the genre, like subgenres that this was supposed to be like in, because I'm trying to figure out like where to put it in my reading challenge. And there was like some like negative reviews of this book, and I'm like, did you guys read this same book? We'll talk about it in the wrap up because I need to get back to these pages, but like, what? Okay, anyway, I just needed to pop in to say that because I'm like, what is going on? Okay, anyway, and just for reference, in case anybody like wants to follow along, when I say I'm like 75 pages to the end, this is where I'm at. I'm about to start reading right there. So I just read the page right before that, okay? What? Oh, I love the ending of that. Okay, I love this book. I'm not gonna cry. It's just really dusty in here. But, oh, I love this book. Oh. Do you believe in soulmates? Listen, we're not about to get existential here, but do you believe in soulmates? Because like, Laura Steven, gosh. Okay. Listen, a couple of things really quick, and then we're just gonna wrap up this video. So this story was so sweet and so cute, and kind of like the big reveal. okay. And then like, you know, there's like a last minute little like twist that was added to it. And I was like, what? I love this. I love the way that it was written. I love the way that I was just like so into it that I was like one more chaptering it until that I read it in 2 days. Like did I need to read it that fast? No, I could have savored it, but I wanted to know what was happening. Oh my God, she did such a good job. She did such a good job. And I can understand kind of like if you loved The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, you would like this book. I can understand that. Although I was hesitant because I didn't want it to be like a repeat of Addie LaRue. Not at all. Not at all. The vibes were, it's not the same. So like, yeah, I didn't need to be hesitant. It was its own book. It's a standalone. It's not the same at all. This was so good. And here's the true thing. I picked this up because I was like, okay, I'm supposedly going to love this story, which I did. They were right about that. Okay. So I was hopeful that because I liked the story, it would make me not feel negatively towards the fact that I had to hold a hardcover in my hand. Now, a couple of things. One, there's something about the specific weight, the specific gravity, the specific shape size of this book that it was not altogether horrible to hold in your hands. I cannot say that is going to be the case for every hardcover. But this one in particular was not that bad, actually. But two, I was so into this story that I was frequently just overlooking the fact that I was holding a hardcover. Now, that's a good book, y'all. That is a good book. And the whole point of this particular video is trying to force myself to be a hardcover lover. So we had The Names, which I read for book club. That was our plain Jane hardcover book. We had Summer in the City, which I read because it was cute. She had the sprayed edges, cute romance book. And then we had Our Infinite Fates, which sprayed edges, which are beautiful gold sprayed edges, and a book that is right up my alley genre wise. I mean, we have kind of like, I don't know if you would call it time travel, but we definitely have good amounts of like magical realism, and we have Faustian bargains. We have just kind of like the fantasy vibes, like all sorts of things like that. And just, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful story. Love through time, I think, is one of the number one things that I love to read about in books. That, I think, is the number one thing for me. And so having read that in a hardcover, did it make me a hardcover lover? I wouldn't say I'm a hardcover lover. I would say that I am willing to tolerate a hardcover for a damn good book. Put it that way. I'm not about to start reading hardcover books for just whatever book, okay? I'm not doing that. You're gonna have to find me on the Kindle if that's the only option. But for a damn good book, I think so. I think I can do a hardcover for that. So we're gonna be a selective hardcover lover, I think is the moral of that story. That being said, I do have a number of hardcovers that are already on my shelf that I'm probably gonna have to grin and bear it through, but some of the ones that are kind of I do have in mind some friends who I think would love those books, and so they may be getting books for Christmas. Or just out of the goodness of my heart. So my sister would absolutely love me to just load her up with books to go home with, and she doesn't mind a hardcover, so. Anyway, with that being said, I very much appreciate everyone who has joined me on this little adventure of trying to become a hardcover lover. Paperback still has my heart, like I just said. We'll make a few exceptions here and there. Since you made it this far in the video, it means you like me, you like what I had to say, or you at least were having a mildly good time. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, maybe the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.